Hey everyone, Terry Green TV. Just want to say first off, hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. It's been beautiful the last few days here in Maryland anyway. Hopefully yours, wherever you are, has been as well. Just want to do a quick thing about choices. So everybody understands that the difference between human beings and the animal race is it's about choices, right? God gave us all free will comparable to animals that move under naturistic instincts. We as humans have a free mind, a free will to make those choices. So I really wanted to kind of discuss about how that applies, and people that feel abandoned by Christ or by God during the course of their life when they're making bad choices. First of all, the only promise God gives you is, if you're watching this, He already fulfilled, meaning that you woke up today. Now, the rest of your day, or the rest of your week, or however you want to look at it, however you want to break down the time frame, every day that you wake up, you have to make choices. Choices what you're going to eat for breakfast, what you're going to do first, what your work schedule looks like, things like that. These are choices that you make, and God gives you the free will to do that. Now, what God wants you to do through His Word is to make the right choices and how to make those choices, right? So the only thing that God also promises, right, through Jesus Christ is grace through faith. And I'll get a little deeper into that, but grace is bestowed upon you and your life through faith in God. And you can't have one without the other. You can't receive grace without having faith. And of course, what faith means, it's blind belief, right? As humans, we always want to go ahead and say, well, how do I know it's real? I mean, I can't touch it, I can't taste it, I can't. But if you believe it, if you believe and have faith in that, then you'll find yourself, it could be anxiety, it could be a decision you have to make. And if you give it over to God and say, God, I have faith that you're going to make the right decision, and you step back from it, it all falls into play, because that's the grace of God that comes into your life. So we'll get deeper into grace and faith and how it works together, because you can't have one without the other. You can't want grace without having faith in God and the Word of Jesus Christ. So we'll get deeper into that, but we're going to talk about specifically choices, and how people talk about the path of life, right? And in the path of life, there's two directions. I actually believe there's a lot more directions you can go in life, depending. But it's choosing the path that may not be the easiest and may not have the less resistance, but it's the right path. And again, it's about choices, right? I mean, I think in everyday society, we get so focused on our job. Like, I gotta grind and make more money. And in the end, those choices are great choices. I mean, we need to eat, we need to live, hard work. I mean, the Bible specifically talks about, being a slugger, or a sloth, and how basically lazy people make excuses why not to, get out there and work. But the rich and abundant people are the ones that work hard for what they have. So I believe in hard work, but we also have to have life balance. First, we need to focus on Jesus Christ and the Word of Christ. Without focus of that, you won't receive the grace of God and through Jesus Christ. And secondly, you need to focus on your family. I mean, we're only here for such a short period in the grand scheme of things. And in the end, we kind of leave, we don't want to leave our families behind. We don't want our kids looking at one day and be like, man, my dad worked his butt off and gave us all these things, but he was an absent father. It happens a lot. I mean, they made songs about it, Cats in the Cradle, perfect example. So, it's about how hard you work. You work hard, and you also work smart, because family time is very important. And when we talk about like all the hardships we go through in life, I've been through a lot of hardships in my life, and how you overcome those hardships. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Everything that I've been through in life, I didn't turn to God. And you would think, as we'll get deeper into discussions about things, you would think, man, you've been through all these things, and you didn't turn to God. And I had a lot of people in my corner that was very faithful servants of Jesus Christ and prayed for me and helped me through that without me even knowing. But I've been through all these hardships in life, and what it took me, and we'll talk about the story that really transformed me about my alcohol addiction. We'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about the story that really made me look at the power of Jesus Christ, and it specifically has to deal with my mother, who battled COVID. And honestly, you know, if it wasn't for the grace of God and understanding she still has a plan on this earth, she would have been taken and went and sat at the right hand of her Father. So, I mean, we'll discuss that story as well, and that's what transformed me over to really dig into the Word of Christ and dig into the Bible and dig into being a servant of God, and you know, getting those things together, because I seen the miracle work for my mother, and I seen her faith. And the biggest thing that really transformed me is when she said, she's kind of glad she went through that, because it showed her that she still has a purpose. It showed her the directions that she needs to go, and the areas that, you know, the things that she needs to do to help her family, and the things that it did. I mean, my sisters and I, we live far apart, but it also brought us together because we had a lot of work to do to help my mom get on her feet. So we'll get deeper into that story. But again, this video is going to be not super long, and it's all about choices and grace and faith. You can't expect grace without faith, and you can't expect anything out of life unless you're making the right choices, unless you're working, you're taking care of your family, you're focused on your family, and you're focused on Christ. Without those things, what's left out there, right? But it leaves a lot of idle time and things that maybe you should and shouldn't do, and it puts you down a path that, you know, leads to either death or destruction or jail or combination of everything. I mean, you know, and I'm a person that's lost in life. I mean, I lost my father 4 years ago, and I couldn't figure out how to deal with that. Now, reading the Word, understanding that once God understands that you have served your purpose here and done all the things that you're supposed to do, your time's up, and you return to the Father. And it's just what it is. And we'll get deeper into that about, you know, my beliefs on that. My beliefs, like, I know there's a lot of people who say, well, why do young children die, or why does this happen, why that happen, and we can get deeper into that. But I really wanted to touch base with choices and understanding that long as we have our eyes focused on Christ and we are consistently working hard to make the right choices, we'll receive grace, and we receive that through the faith of Jesus Christ. So you put those things together, you live the best life possible, and you try to raise your family on those principles. And you know, obviously nowadays, and not to get too political, we see it in the world today, just filled with hatred and so many different things that are just, you know, we'll eventually touch base on that. But today's video is about choices. Continue to make the right choices, continue to work hard, and continue to keep your eyes on Christ. That's how you'll get through things, hard times, good times. And trust me, being a Christian, every day is not easy. I'm still human. So continuously work on that. Continuously work on keeping your focus on Christ, and continuously work on making the right choices for your life and your family. With that, it's Terry Green TV. God bless. Everybody have a great day.